Hey, today I'm talking about 3 crime films, all directed by Peter Yates. And the names of those 3 movies are Bullitt, The Friends of Eddie Coyle, and Suspect. First up is Bullitt. This is a 1968 film starring Steve McQueen. I have seen it before, but I didn't really remember a ton about it besides the incredibly iconic car chase scene. Like, my memory of it didn't really matter because the movie's so good. It's such a wild ride. The basic premise is Steve plays this detective. He gets put on this protection thing, things go a little haywire, and then he starts to investigate stuff further. Firstly, I gotta praise Steve because his performance is so great, but it's also so nuanced. Like, a little thing that I love is that he is so polite to everyone. Like, anyone he passes by, he's so polite to. Like, there's this black doctor and this politician isn't like racist to him directly, but he is clearly racist behind his back. And like, Steve doesn't say anything. He just supports this guy and still turns to him for information. Like, he understands that this doctor is a good doctor. He's good at his job. Like, race does not play a role in this whatsoever. So like, screw that racist guy. And just like, I don't know, he has such compassion. And then like, when he is mean to someone, it's truly deserved. Like, he tells off one of the characters near the end of the film, and I'm like, that was so satisfying. His characterization is so great. The story can be slow and quiet at times, but like, it really pays off because it builds, and then when action happens, it happens. Like, there's a great chase scene around the hospital that's really good. The aforementioned car chase sequence, it's iconic. It's iconic for a reason. It's so good. I love how it starts. I love how it builds. I love how it ends. I love the little moments along the way. It just like, oh my god, it's such a great car chase sequence. I love how just real and grounded and gritty it all felt. It had just such a great vibe to it. I love how they chose to tell the story too, because they don't really over-explain things, because like I said, it's quiet. So like, there's a lot of visual storytelling, there's a lot of simplistic storytelling that just really adds a lot of layer and like heaviness to it. And just the mystery overall is really good and satisfying. There's also a sequence at the airport, and like, man, you can just feel how big and giant these planes are. There is just such a great sense of scale. I mean, it's all real, but like, you can really just feel like these things will just destroy you. And it's, yeah, no, it's great. So yeah, I crazy love this movie and would wholeheartedly recommend it. Like I said, the car chase sequence is incredible. So like, definitely watch it just for that, but like, the whole thing around it is just so well done that it is fully, without a doubt, worth a watch. Just keep in mind, it is a little slow and quiet at times, but it's fully worth it. So yes, loved it, would recommend. Next up is The Friends of Eddie Coyle. This is a 1973 film starring Robert Mitchum and Peter Boyle. And the basic premise is Eddie is looking at some jail time. And so he's trying to worm his way out of it. And the police kind of convince him to maybe rat on some of his friends. So that's what he's doing, while also still doing some crime on the side. And it's really good. I like a lot about it. In particular, the character of Jackie Brown, who is this gun salesman. He seems sort of like a young idiot punk who just doesn't really know what he's doing, but over the course of the film, no, you realize he is actually really smart. He knows what he's doing. He's very cautious. He likes this lifestyle. He wants to make a lot of money from this lifestyle, and he innately doesn't trust people, which works to his advantage as he like very methodically does all these gun dealings. And it's kind of to the point of like, I almost wish he was the main character, because he is just so charismatic and interesting, and you just want to know like more about him. What's his deal? What's his history? What are his goals and dreams in life? Though you gotta know his goals and dreams. He wants money. That being said though, Robert Mitchum as Eddie Coyle was a good lead, and the story was interesting. I could definitely like understand where he was coming from, of like, he doesn't want to, you know, betray his friends, be a rat, but he also doesn't want to miss more of his children's lives. He doesn't want to go to jail for 3 years. I totally get it. Peter Boyle plays more of a minor role in the film, but it is a very impactful role. I will say I'm not a fan of the music in this film. It's very 70s, and it's like the kind of 70s that I'm not a fan of. And it's definitely a slow and quiet film, but I would also kind of more so describe it as like methodical, intense. It definitely does tension very well. And yeah, no, it was just a really solid, good film that I thoroughly enjoyed. It told an interesting story well, didn't know where it was gonna go, and I enjoyed myself the whole way through, despite not liking the music. So yeah, no, thoroughly enjoyed, totally recommend. It's a really interesting little film. And lastly is Suspect. This is a 1987 film starring Cher and Dennis Quaid and features Liam Neeson. I went into it with lower expectations because, you know, Cher. Firstly, yes, definitely I think Cher was miscast. She should not have been the lead of this. Dennis Quaid, though, was fantastic. He was so charismatic and interesting. He had a very Jack Nicholson smile, and it worked really, really well. I definitely empathized and understood his character and was very, like, all for his character. Even though Cher's the lead and you're supposed to, like, have more sympathy for her, I'm like, no, 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 no. The basic premise is Cher plays this public defender. This homeless man, played by Liam Neeson, is accused of this murder that he very obviously didn't commit. So she's trying to defend him. Dennis Quaid is one of the jurors and he commits a lot of crimes in order to try to prove this guy's innocence. And what's so interesting about this film is that, like, it starts off okay. I'd say the second act, it gets better for sure, to a point of I was like, this is almost a quite liked for me. This is almost a 4 out of 5 for me. Like, I was kind of getting blown away with how much I was enjoying it at one point. But then the third act happened and it really relied on Cher and just some really terrible writing. Like, there's a lot of really dumb stuff that happens all throughout. Not even just incredibly unrealistic, but just like this lawyer committing so many crimes, and so many dumb crimes. A perfect example of the stupidity of a lot of the writing is Cher is doing some research on some stuff at a library. Dennis Quaid is there helping her, and by helping her I mean just like going picking up books off of shelves. Now, it is a crime for them to be interacting. He absolutely does not need to be there. He is not contributing anything to this. And then of course the judge randomly shows up and notices the two not interacting, but like being in the general vicinity of each other. So like he can't pin anything on them, but like, suspicious. And it's like this scene only exists just to add some extra tension. It's just a dumb scene though. Like, it doesn't make any sense. He spends so much of the movie intentionally flaunting, oh hey, we're doing stuff together, even though it's the literal crime for us to do anything together. So it's so dumb. And there's so many more moments like that too, just all throughout the film. So yeah, I didn't put this movie in the didn't like because there were really great moments. There were some really great interesting scenes. Dennis Quaid is so good, but there's just so many dumb moments. But yeah, so no. Even though there was a moment where this film was looking to be something good and interesting, it's not, and I would not recommend it. Unless you're like a really big Cher fan or you like dumb stories. Otherwise, no. Alrighty, now for today's rankings. First up, we got Bullitt sitting at number 16 in the really like section. And then after that is The Friends of Eddie Coyle sitting at number 25, again in the really like section. And then bringing up the rear, rightfully so, is Suspect sitting at number 94 in the meh section. And this is out of a total of 111 old movies so far this year.